It started as just another ordinary day at the park. The sky was clear blue, children played happily on the playground, and dogs chased after toys across the grass. The man was taking his usual afternoon walk, breathing in the fresh air and enjoying the peaceful sounds around him. Then he heard it, a tiny sound that stopped him in his tracks. A small, high-pitched meow coming from beneath some bushes near the path. Most people might have walked past without noticing, but something about this sound made the man pause. The man bent down and gently pushed aside the leaves. There, looking up at him with wide, hopeful eyes, was a small kitten. Its fur was surprisingly clean, and it didn't look underfed. Clearly not a wild stray. The man slowly extended his hand. The kitten sniffed his fingers cautiously before allowing him to stroke its soft fur. Something wasn't right. This kitten was too well cared for to be a natural-born stray. Had someone lost their pet? Or worse, had someone abandoned it here on purpose? The man felt a mix of concern and confusion as he gently petted the small creature. While petting the first kitten, the man heard more meowing nearby. Carefully picking up the little cat, he cradled it against his chest and followed the sounds through the park. His heart beat faster as he wondered if there might be more abandoned kittens. Not far away, near the playground, a second kitten was playfully batting at dandelion seeds while some children watched in delight. This kitten was bolder than the first, running around with boundless energy and putting on quite a show for its young audience. As the man approached with the first kitten in his arms, the second one spotted him. What happened next amazed everyone watching. The playful kitten stopped, walked straight up to the man, and raised its tiny paw as if offering a handshake. The children gasped and pointed at this clever trick. The man shifted the first kitten to one arm and gently shook the offered paw. The gesture was so human-like that he couldn't help but smile. These kittens definitely had owners before. They were far too comfortable around people to be feral. The man felt sadness wash over him. How could anyone leave such friendly, innocent creatures alone in a public park? They could have been hurt by larger animals, hit by bikes, or suffered in bad weather. He knew he had to help them. He asked the parents watching their children if they would mind keeping an eye on the two kittens for a few minutes. With their agreement, the man began searching the park thoroughly, looking under benches, behind trees, and in every bush he could find. His efforts paid off when he discovered a third kitten hiding behind a trash can near the drinking fountain. This one was thinner than the others, looking nervous and hungry. The man offered some treats from his pocket, left over from visiting a friend with cats earlier that day. The hungry kitten quickly overcame its fear and ate from his hand. Just when the man thought he'd found them all, another loud meow caught his attention. Following the sound, he found a fourth kitten sitting boldly near the park entrance, as if tired of hiding and now simply hoping for rescue. With help from the children and their parents, the man gathered all four kittens. A kind parkgoer offered a small box from their car, while others contributed a cup of water and a soft scarf to make a comfortable temporary home. Everyone who witnessed this rescue mission was touched, and several people came forward to offer help and praise the man's kindness. The man knew exactly what to do next. These kittens needed medical attention before anything else. He thanked everyone for their help and headed straight to the veterinary clinic just a few blocks from the park. The vet examined each kitten carefully, checking their eyes, ears, teeth, and overall health. The man waited anxiously, hoping they were all okay. After what seemed like a very long time, the vet returned with good news. All four kittens were healthy and about 8 weeks old enough to be away from their mother, but someone had definitely cared for them before they ended up in the park. At home, the man created a makeshift kitten area in his living room, with blankets, food and water dishes, and a temporary litter box fashioned from a shallow cardboard container, filled with some litter the vet had given him. He promised the kittens they would get proper supplies the next day. The kittens explored their new environment with endless curiosity. They sniffed every corner, climbed on the furniture, and tested their little claws on the carpet. Each kitten quickly revealed its unique personality. The first one he'd found was cautious but curious, carefully investigating each new discovery. The second, the one who had offered its paw, was clearly the leader, boldly climbing onto furniture and exploring every corner. The third was the most playful, pouncing on its siblings and chasing shadows. The fourth turned out to be the cuddler, seeking the man's lap whenever he sat down. As evening approached, the man prepared some of the kitten food the vet had given him. All four kittens gathered around the dish, eating hungrily. After eating their fill, all four suddenly seemed to run out of energy at once. They huddled together on the blanket, a pile of tiny paws and soft fur, purring themselves to sleep. The man watched them with a mixture of wonder and concern. He'd need to make some big changes to accommodate 4 growing kittens. His apartment would need kitten-proofing to remove dangers like loose wires, toxic plants, and small objects they might swallow. His budget would have to include pet food, litter, toys, scratching posts, and regular vet visits. His morning routine would now include feeding time, and his evenings would involve playtime with 4 energetic kittens. But looking at them sleeping peacefully, trusting him completely after all they'd been through, the man knew he'd made the right choice. These kittens had needed someone, and fate had put him in the right place at the right time. Maybe he had needed them too, in a way he hadn't realized until now. Before going to bed, the man did something important. He took photos of all 4 kittens and created a Found Kittens post for the local community page and neighborhood app. While the circumstances suggested abandonment, he wanted to make absolutely sure no one was desperately looking for their lost pets. He also made a list of supplies he would need: quality kitten food, proper litter boxes, toys, scratching posts, comfortable beds, and carriers for future vet visits. He researched the cost of spaying or neutering and vaccinations, making a savings plan for these upcoming expenses. As he finally headed to bed, setting his alarm earlier than usual for the morning feeding, the man felt a sense of purpose he hadn't experienced in years. He thought about what to name his new family members. Each kitten deserved a special name that reflected its personality. He would take some time to get to know them better before deciding. In the morning, the man was awakened not by his alarm, but by tiny paws batting at his face and soft purring by his ear. Somehow, all 4 kittens had managed to find their way onto his bed during the night. He laughed as one tried to groom his eyebrow and another played with the corner of the blanket. They already seemed at home. The next few weeks would be an adjustment period for everyone. The kittens would learn about living in a home, using proper litter boxes, and the rules about not climbing the curtains. The man would learn about midnight feeding schedules, the amazing distances cat toys can travel under furniture, and the special joy of being greeted by 4 excited kittens when he returned home from work. There would be challenges, of course. 4 kittens could create quite a lot of mischief when they put their minds to it. But there would also be countless moments of pure joy, watching them play, feeling them purr on his lap, seeing them grow from tiny kittens into beautiful adult cats. The man realized that sometimes the best things in life come from the most unexpected places. Today, those unexpected places had been the bushes, playground, fountain, and entrance of his local park. His walk had turned into a rescue mission, and that rescue mission had turned into one of the best decisions he had ever made. Sometimes, the smallest sounds, like a tiny meow from under some leaves, can lead to the biggest changes in life. And in the living room, 4 kittens slept soundly, their little chests rising and falling with each breath, their tiny paws occasionally twitching as they dreamed of chasing toys in their new forever home.